I'm here with Scott Reardon, who is account manager for Sencore. Sencore is not known to the general consumer public, but it's a product that's really needed to do video calibration. And video calibration is one thing that's so important. Maybe you can explain exactly what video calibration is all about, and also what this product does, because this is new, in fact.
Sure. This is our newest baby, if you will. This is an optical tri-stimulus colorimeter. And that's a mouthful, but for someone who is having a home cinema installed, what this means is that your custom installer has the ability to calibrate your display, whether it be a projector, plasma, or any other display device, and calibrate it to cinematic standards, which is the entire goal of the home cinema experience. Now, if you're the super geek calibrator, what's important is that we achieve excellent grayscale.
And that's what we're seeing behind us here, exactly.
Correct. This, obviously, to most eyes, and mine when I'm not in this mode, is a very, very boring-looking test pattern. It's shades of gray, from black to white. But the reason that this excites geeks like me and other calibrators is because as you look at this test pattern on this display in this high ambient light condition, it's neutral gray all the way, from black to white. There's no color shifts, there's no nothing. And the thing that we think is amazing about this device is that we were able to do that in a very high ambient light condition, with some compensation for the ambient light, and that's what excites the actual custom installer.
Okay.
Now, if we want to talk a little bit about the actual technical part of it, we can move over here and take a look at the actual interface itself and what excites the geeks.
Could you give us just a quick review, and then we'll send them off to you to get more information?
Sure. Well, what we have with the interface here, and if someone has ever calibrated a display with a software interface, this will look somewhat familiar to them. But the Bible that we all use in display calibration is this rendition of something called a CIE chart, which is actually a French invention. In 1931, a bunch of French scientists got together and decided that they could quantify human color and light perception. And this is what we came up with, and this is still the scientific foundation for everything that we do. So we're measuring the grayscale of the display, whether it's a high white type of a test pattern on the screen or a dark gray pattern. We want to balance that point, if you will, to a specific standard. The standard, without getting into a lot of detail, is generically referred to worldwide as the D65 reference. And what a calibrator will do is they'll make these measurements, and in this software interface with the measurement device, it's constantly updating. And what it tells the calibrator, based upon what they see on the interface here, is whether they need to add a color, take away a color to achieve what we generically and traditionally refer to as white balance.
Okay.
And from there, once the calibrator has done that process, and sometimes it can take quite a long time, what we want to ultimately end up with is that neutral, boring gray scale. Because when we end up with this neutral, boring gray scale in this particular test pattern, that's when we have spectacular home cinema experiences.
So when you pour on the colors are all perfect.
Exactly. This gray, as boring as it looks, tells us that we're going to have a spectacular experience on the color side.
Okay. Scott, what I suggest is for our readers who want more information of how that works, how much it costs, and how to get a hold of you, it's your website, which is?
Our website is sencore.com. Don't forget the www. But that is sencore.com.
Okay. Scott, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for this opportunity to learn a little bit more about video calibration and how it should be done.
Thanks for stopping by, Bob.
Thank you very much.